Hello and welcome to the Cowboy Chronicles, the Oklahoman's Oklahoma State football podcast. I am your host, Scott Wright, joined by Jacob Unruh. Is this your first one since 2023?
I think so. I'm back.
Yeah.
I'm sitting on a different side of you for the first time, too, in this video.
This is odd, yeah.
I want to go back to my good side. This is not my good side.
Right. Understood. But yeah, so Jacob's back for one episode. We'll see what happens going forward as far as who my co-hosts are, but could change from week to week like it did last year. We'll just have to see how it goes. I do hope to be back at Stone Cloud at some point. It didn't work out timing-wise.
Yeah, I couldn't make it down to Stillwater to join you for a beer.
Couldn't make it down there timing-wise this week, but and we're in the office, so that's the only reason there's not Stone Cloud beer sitting on the table in front of us right now. But we'll still have the Stone Cloud 6 back later. We'll get into all of that. We'll get into this Oklahoma State football season ahead of the Thursday night season opener against UT Martin. So just to kind of give you a season preview, we both had to make predictions for the year. Mm-hmm. We're going to go over those and give you a little bit of a glimpse at what we think might happen with this team, though it is very difficult to predict, Jacob.
It is. I feel particularly at a loss. Like I was telling someone recently. I was at a dinner with someone early in the summer, and they were like, "Hey, how's OSU going to be this season?"
Yeah.
I said, "I have no idea."
Yeah.
So there's 62 new players, all new coaching staff outside of Mike Gundy. Mm-hmm. So how can you even have any idea what this team is going to do? You can look at history of Grantham and Meacham and say this is how they run things, but how good is this personnel? Obviously, and then. Last week, get the report they're dismissing Zaquan Patterson, who, Gundy said yesterday, just for now, I guess. The way I took it was he could work his way back, I assume.
That's what it felt like.
But he's a 5-star recruit that you think can really add some talent in the secondary. So I don't know. It's the most unpredictable season you could possibly have with Mike Gundy. But I will say this, Mike Gundy, when his back's against the wall like this, somehow he usually pulls magic, a rabbit out of the hat, whatever you want to say. I also make the crazy prediction for a thing we did for USA Today of wild, strange predictions for the Big 12 season that OSU make the Big 12 title game because it's an odd year.
Yeah.
They've done it in 21 and 23.
Yep.
And so I guess they're due for another trip to return to Arlington. So book it now and see what happens.
Let's get to the end of these predictions here before anybody books.
Yeah, let's just don't really book what I said there.
See what people think at that point. But with that, we'll jump right in. And some of these games we don't have to spend a whole lot of time on. No. Tennessee Martin, we both have significant victories. Easy victories, I think that's what you've got to hope for. I mean, anything less than you had 42-13, I had 44-16. Mm-hmm. Anything less than something in that range is going to be a little bit scary.
Yeah, and I wrote this and I called it a palate cleanser a little bit too. Mm-hmm. You get to learn about the team, but also this is a chance to put last season totally in the rearview mirror if you're OSU. 9 straight losses in the year, you got to win this game.
Yes,
and you got to win it emphatically, or there are some concerns of what you've done to change this and correct the ship, but. I don't know where we're going to learn much about the players other than they're more talented than.
Here's the only prediction I'll ask you for, other than the score you've already given on this one. Which quarterback takes more snaps Thursday night?
I think Flores.
I'm not just saying this for the sake of the argument, but I think it's going to be Haney.
You do? Okay.
I don't know for that for sure, but that's the way my gut is telling me
fair.
to go.
You're around the team way more than me right now, so
not that much more.
If you're going to Vegas on this podcast, which please don't, you'll listen to Scott more than me.
All right, moving on to week 2, the big non-conference game at Oregon, a trip I'm looking forward to very much because I've never been to Autzen Stadium.
Yeah, I'm jealous of this one.
We both have somewhere in the neighborhood of 20-point losses for the Cowboys, which I think is not horrible, as long as they look competitive.
Yeah, if it's, say you're getting blown out by 20 points, but if you're down 40 going into the fourth quarter, and Oregon's pulled everybody, and you're doing everything else to get in this game at that point or whatever, like that. That's not good.
Right.
But if it's you're in this going in the fourth quarter, it's competitive, they score a couple touchdowns or pull away from it late or whatever, I think you're in really good shape if you're OSU.
Yeah, I agree. It's all about. I mean, nobody wants to talk about. What's the phrase I'm looking for? Losses that mean something.
Yeah.
That's,
Oh my goodness!
we're,
Why
yeah,
the-
we're journalists. That's
the-
a fail.
that is a big fail. You get a trophy for participation. The participation,
Right.
you
Yeah,
know,
exactly. But anyway, you need to feel like you were competitive with
a moral
with
victory.
A moral
A
victory.
moral victory is
That's
what we're
the
looking
phrase.
for. There
That's
we
the
go.
phrase.
We'll get
All
there,
right.
ladies and gentlemen.
Yes. Yeah. You don't want to go into it thinking we want a moral victory, but if you can get one, that would be, I think, beneficial for the rest of the season going
If
forward.
they surprise us here, then fantastic. But I
Exactly.
think you need just confidence boost, saying, "Hey, we can hang with the big guys here."
Yeah. Then you get an open week. Then Tulsa comes on a Friday night. I think you need that one to be, maybe it doesn't have to be as dominant a win as UT Martin, but it needs to be comfortable and let you use a lot of guys and really put that Oregon game behind you.
And I really think this is a chance for the run defense to show something, because that's going to be, I mean, Oregon's going to have a good running game no matter what they do. I know their running back situations changed a little bit. But Tulsa's coming to Dominic Richardson, who we know can run at the Power 4 level, will be motivated against his former team.
Right.
And I think if you go and you let him run all over you, I think you're in trouble.
Yep, I agree. All right, September 27th, the Baylor game kicks off Big 12 play. Earlier in, I think, July, I said this was the most important game on the schedule. You can absolutely make an argument for other games, but this is the one that I think is a hugely important game because it kicks them off into an October where they've got a lot of winnable games. And it's the Big 12 opener, so you get that win under your belt early. I think there's a lot of value in a win here. That said, I picked Baylor to win this game.
I also picked Baylor. I just think that offensively they're too explosive. I think they're too explosive for the defense that I know is coming back. I don't know what this defense is going to look like.
Right.
So I have a hard time picking them to beat a team with a quarterback like Sweet Robertson and the running backs they have and the receivers and the line. I feel like there's too much firepower on the opposite side for a defense we know nothing about.
Agreed. Right there with you. And if they can pull off the win there, that's going to teach us a lot about the team that is going into the rest of October. October 4th at Arizona, another trip that I'm very excited about. I'm just going to rub it in.
Yeah.
All the cool trips.
You're going to go to Little Miss Barbecue, like I mentioned in here. You got to.
It's on the list.
Oh,
It's
man.
absolutely on.
You
the
and I
list.
went to that both bowl trips.
Right.
I love that place.
Yes.
Little Miss Barbecue, if you want great barbecue on the Arizona trip, if you're making that trek out
If
there.
you're going, you could actually fly directly into Tucson on Southwest.
Oh, can you really?
So I might not make it to Phoenix.
Oh yeah, you may not make it to Phoenix. So
Yeah. But
I'd fly into
if you're in
Phoenix just so I can get Little Miss Barbecue because it's not far from the airport.
Right, exactly. This I think is one of the most intriguing toss-up games. We went opposite directions on this one. I had it a 1-point loss for Oklahoma State. You got the Cowboys winning by 3. I think this is one of the most important and intriguing. I think we're going to look back at the end of the season and this is going to be a defining moment in the season.
Yeah, and I think Arizona's got a lot of questions like OSU. I mean, they have a more established quarterback, obviously, and Fafrida, but I think they're kind of a mess otherwise.
Right.
And so that's why I kind of thought this is the chance for the OSU to go and steal a road win. It might be the only road win I picked them on. I need to look. Should have researched that a little bit closer when I picked them at the end. But I just think that's an opportunity for them to go and build some confidence and steal that road win because they need at least one road win here to really make some noise.
Exactly. Now they come into a really important stretch of home games. You got Houston and Cincinnati back-to-back, Cincinnati being homecoming, which is a huge deal. I called Houston the light switch moment. This is when I think the season really flips for this team. I think things start to gel in that close loss at Arizona, and then they come out and get a big win over Houston and really get rolling for the second half of the season. You've got them winning by 9. I've got them winning by 22.
Yeah.
I think this is a huge game.
Yeah, I think the question I had for this game was Houston's offense. I think is getting better under Fritz, and so that a little worrisome. But I think if OSU's quarterback situation is cleared up by then, we have established system, whatever it is. If it's 2 guys or it's 1, they should be in a situation that you can take care of a really bad Houston defense.
Right.
And so I think that's what's going to help there.
Yep, I agree. Like I said, I think that kicks things off for a really important stretch. I've got them winning by 3 in homecoming. You got them by 8. I think that's another one. I like the whole thing of Cincinnati at Boone Pickens Stadium on homecoming. Feels like that 2023 game when Ollie went crazy.
Yeah.
Just feels like it's going to be one of those games where they can control it from start to finish,
Yeah,
even if it is a close game at the end.
There's just too many emotions in homecoming. OSU doesn't generally lose homecoming very often. I mean, they lost last year, obviously, but they generally don't. And so I feel good about that one. Just for that simple reason. Because Cincinnati's kind of a wild card to me, too. I don't know much about them.
Yeah, same. Veteran quarterback, but they weren't necessarily just blowing people away last year. So, and then that takes us to the Lubbock trip on October 25th. It's hard right now to see, like there are very few games other than Oregon on this schedule that I'm just like, Oklahoma State is not going to win that game.
Yeah.
And Lubbock sort of feels that way to me right now.
I think Lubbock is going to be insane for any team this year because, and I hinted this and I wrote about it, or literally I wrote about it. I think when you take away the idea that the fans can't throw tortillas on the field, and that place is already as crazy as it is,
Right, yeah.
and they're going to do it anyways.
Oh,
they don't
absolutely.
care.
Right.
And it's going to be even crazier there now that you're trying to limit what the fans can do because they have a great fan base, a very active, very involved fan base, and I think it's just going to be so hard for teams to go and win in Lubbock.
Yeah, and with the financial investment that they're making into college football and all sports at that place, I think they're going to be a really good team this year, and I kind of expect them to be in the Big 12 title game this season.
That wouldn't surprise me.
After that, November 1st at Kansas. I think this is right there with that Arizona game that we talked about. Another important road toss-up game that I think Oklahoma State can go win. I've actually got them winning pretty big in this one. You're on the other side though. You got the Jayhawks.
I just think at some point Jalen Daniels is going to play against OSU in his career. He has played one time as a true freshman. Got beat 47-7. He started the game, didn't do much, and so I think he hasn't played against OSU since. I think at some point, and I don't know that this defense can contain Jalen Daniels if he's healthy and playing well.
Right. I think he's one of the most intriguing players in this league if he's healthy and playing well. After that, another open week, and then the other half of the Sunflower State, Kansas State, comes to Stillwater. This was one that I really debated picking an OSU home upset. Listen, they're always going to get one that you don't expect them to every year, and people say, well, what about last year? Tell me they were supposed to beat Arkansas?
Yeah,
Tell me
exactly.
Team that went 0-9 in the Big 12
they were
were
supposed to beat Arkansas. That
we
counts.
We didn't realize it at the time, but they absolutely were not supposed to win that game, and they did. So every year they beat somebody that they're not supposed to. I almost made it this one for me. Teaser still coming, but we both go with Kansas State on this one.
Yeah, they haven't lost. OSU has not lost at home to Kansas State since 2017, which I thought was crazy.
Right.
You think about it, and you think about the routes that they were handed by Kansas and Manhattan the last couple times. But I just think that Avery Johnson and guys like that, and they're so physical. Yeah. And OSU likes to play physical too, but I just think that team is going to Arlington in my head for sure. And like that's the one I would almost lock in of the Big 12 to go to Arlington, and I think that's going to be too much.
Yep. Another intriguing one, November 22nd, back out to Orlando to face Central Florida. We all remember what happened last time they were there, the big rainstorm. Ollie has an early fumble. They got some early picks from Alan Bowman, and it felt like the great season they had started to have was crumbling. They get things back on track after that. I've got the Cowboys pulling this one out, and so do you.
Yeah, I guess I do have a second road win there.
Yeah, you do. There you
two
go.
road wins.
Two road
there
wins.
we go. I don't. With Scott Frost there and rebuilding everything, there maybe even more question marks there at UCF than OSU. So.
Yep. I agree. I like the Cowboys to get that win, and I think that's the place you mentioned it as well in yours that they attain bowl eligibility.
Yes.
So could be a very important moment for this game.
Yeah, because the next game is not good.
Exactly. Thanksgiving weekend, Iowa State comes to Boone Pickens Stadium. You alluded to this, that it always feels like it's like rainy.
That's nasty
cold,
weather.
No matter where.
West
no matter
Virginia,
where,
BYU,
right. Yes.
the last couple of years,
Exactly.
It's just gross.
Yes, but this is the one that I give Oklahoma State the edge in picking up the upset. I think Iowa State probably has something on the line more so than OSU does. Although OSU could be playing for bowl eligibility at this point, that's also a possibility. But I think that this is the big surprise that this Oklahoma State team pulls off. Like I said, back mid-October, I think that the switch flips and they turn this thing around and get some momentum going, and I think they close it strong here.
I went the opposite direction. I just think that OSU's probably going to be a little out of gas.
Mm-hmm.
They got the bowl locked up in my mind at that point. But also I think Iowa State's right there on the cusp of Arlington, like you mentioned, playing for something. And I think that's going to be too much.
Yeah. And Rocco Becht is a really good quarterback.
He is a really good quarterback.
Really solid.
That's the thing with the Big 12 this year. There's a lot of really good quarterbacks. And
that's
so
a scary thing.
That's what makes it scary because the secondary had so many issues last year. I know they rebuilt it, but there's a lot of those guys back too, though.
Mm-hmm.
So the secondary is hard to really trust right now.
Yeah, it absolutely is. Just too many unknowns with a lot of spots on that defense in terms of who is going to be the ones that stepped up there and make the plays. So, all right, well that brings it. I didn't throw this out there, but any guess at what bowl they could end up in? Any thoughts?
6-6. Well, I think you're going back to Memphis.
Yeah,
I think that's Liberty.
Liberty. I could absolutely see that.
Liberty Bowl.
Yeah, I don't know. I wouldn't mind it. Well, no, I don't need 2 Orlando trips. I was about to say the Pop-Tarts Bowl. I want to go to the Pop-Tarts Bowl at some point. Yeah. I don't necessarily.
Don't you do a little better than 6-6 to the Pop-Tarts Bowl? Isn't that
probably
a little higher
so.
up there now?
Yeah. It's elevated itself.
I would fight to go to the Pop-Tarts Bowl as well because I want to see that Pop-Tart go down the toaster, come out of Pop-Tart. I want to see the whole thing.
Absolutely.
That's amazing.
I'm all in on that at some point. But 2 Orlando trips in 1 year might be a little bit much.
Yeah.
We'll see. All right. With that, it's time for the Stone Cloud 6-pack.
All right. I haven't done this in a long time.
That's exactly right. Got you back in the saddle and throwing it right out here at you. We're going to do some other season predictions here. But this will be more player related for the first half of the Stone Cloud 6-pack. We're going to do, I'll go ahead and throw the topics out. Leading tackler at the end of the season, leading receiver, leading rusher at the end of the season. I didn't think it was worth it to even bother trying to put something quarterback related because we just don't know what direction.
Just take a risk here.
Right. But so let's jump in. Leading tackler on this defense, and because you are the guest, you get to go first as always.
All right. I'm going to take Brian McCoy Jr., the Akron transfer.
Mm-hmm.
I think he's going to stick it. He's going to fill in there with that Nick Martin spot.
Mm-hmm.
Struggle to talk, sorry. Nick Martin, and kind of do what he did. Maybe not quite at that same level. I'm not saying, hey, this guy's Nick Martin. But he's going to fill in there, and he's going to be all over the field, making tackles, get into the football, doing what he needs to do in the middle of Grantham's defense there.
I think that is a fantastic pick, and I knew this was going to happen when I let you pick first because I think it's a pretty significant gap between McCoy and number 2 on the list, and I think there are a lot of guys that could be in that mix. I think 2 through 5 are you're going to see a lot of numbers that are pretty similar behind McCoy, but he is a tackling machine. 216 tackles I think over his last 2 seasons at Akron. Maybe you don't repeat those numbers necessarily in the Big 12, but I think he's a playmaker. I think that he is the pick there. I obviously can't pick him, so I'm going to take a step back into the secondary. I'm going to take David Kabongo, the sophomore safety. This guy, we saw him against Arizona State, come up and make the big hit on Cam Scadaboo at the line of scrimmage. He's just a very physical guy. He's not huge, but he hits. And I think that he is going to be a guy that makes a lot of plays in this secondary coming up in run support, also in pass coverage.
He also has a great name.
Absolutely
Kabongo.
fantastic.
That's just a fun name.
It absolutely
I like
is.
Kabongo.
It's fantastic. So that's my pick. We'll see. Like I said, I think McCoy is the clear leader, but that's where we'll go. We'll move to receiver next, and I think this is intriguing. When we've had this discussion in past years, when we've discussed this with the Brennan Presley aspect of the offense, because there were a lot of years where you thought Presley was probably going to be the guy that had the most catches, not necessarily the most yards. And I think this could be one of those years, or it might not, because they might go to the quick throws to the slot receivers. We saw a lot of that in the spring game. Not that necessarily dictates anything.
Right.
So I think it's a real division on what direction you could go at receiver. I am going to go with the outside guy. I'll be honest, I was not very high on Christian Fitzpatrick when he first signed. He had one good season at Marshall, 500 and some yards last season. Hadn't really done a whole lot at his other 2 stops, Louisville and Michigan State. But the buzz around him seems legit. They obviously needed a guy with some size on the outside. He's 6'4", and got long arms, big hands, very big hands. You go Google his name and the one-handed catch they made, I believe it was against Virginia Tech last year. Pretty crazy play. So that's who I'm going to go with. I think that he becomes kind of a safety net of sorts because of his size and ability to outsize some DBs.
I'm going to go the direction we talked about, the Brennan Presley factor. The Presley's gone. I think he's going to make the Rams. But anyways, speaking about leaping catches, think about the catch he made the other day in the preseason. Gavin Freeman is my guy here. I just think that the way Meacham's offense, I know he did a lot in the spring, but I think he's still going to do it a lot. They're going to throw the slot a lot, get the ball in Freeman's hands, Dwayne Lofton's hands. But I think Freeman's the guy. I think there's a reason they wanted to redshirt him, keep him here, make sure that he has eligibility, because I think he's going to be a dynamic playmaker for them. They see that. Also, I talked with his Heritage Hall coach, Brett Bogert, the other day at our high school media day, and he said a lot of great things about how Gavin is going there, going for him there. So I feel pretty good about Gavin Freeman there.
Yeah, I'm with you. I think they do use multiple guys out of that group. You mentioned Lofton. I think Sam Jackson, the fifth, gets some run as well. One of the stars of the spring game, mostly on punt returns, but still was impressive doing what he did with his speed. But I think that Freeman is the guy that gets the most opportunities with the ball in his hands because he's so dangerous. G Freaky is the nickname that he
Freaky.
has.
That's great. I like it. G Freaky
at practice.
G
All right.
Freaky.
We finish up with leading rusher, and I think this one is incredibly intriguing because legit, I think they've got 5 guys who could be their main guy. I think they've got that type of depth at this position. I don't know whether it's going to be a committee or they're going to try to zero in on one guy. It's hard to predict what will happen with this running back group, but who will be the leading rusher for this team, Jacob?
I'm going Rodney Fields. Though I just thought as you were doing this, I was like, wait, should I take Haas Haney? I thought about it.
It's not a bad idea.
Nah, he's the fastest guy on the team, right?
Yeah, well, so, probably so,
arguably.
Yeah.
But now I'm going Rodney Fields. I just think the way he came on late last year was so strong, dynamic. I think he's the guy that he's not big by any means, but he's got durability and the speed and the athleticism to really make guys miss and go through guys and do different things. He's not going to say much to you all season.
No.
He's not a talker, but like Ollie was, but he's going to do some things. I think they're going to get him more and more carries as he goes along, as long as he's healthy. And I think that's what's going to lead him to the leading rusher.
Yeah, his interview style, I would say, is more in the Justice Hill type. He'll give you something, but he's not going to give you a lot. He's
not
very,
flashy,
very matter
nothing.
of fact. No. And also, I think his running style is a little bit of a Justice Hill type too.
I can see that.
Hill could handle some contact when he needed to, and Fields, I think, is probably a little better in that category. I don't know that he's necessarily at Justice Hill level overall, but I think that he's on a similar path. But I think that's an excellent pick. I hadn't even considered throwing Haney in there. I'm not going to do it, but that was a good thought. It's absolutely. Listen, if you go back and look at when Meacham had a running quarterback. The quarterback was always either 1 or 2 in either yards or total carries. Yeah. So if Haney ends up being the guy,
you're thinking that Haney might get the most snaps. So
exactly.
There you go.
That's absolutely a possibility. I'm going to go with Caleb Hicks, however. Here,
okay.
I think that he and Fields are the top 2 guys in terms of all-around talent, the total package. The every down back that you want. I think they're the closest to being that guy. I think that you start seeing the carries pile up for one or both of them. I'm going to go with Hicks as my pick here. So, all right. Well, that wraps up that half of the Stone Cloud 6-pack and brings us to the draft, which was inspired by our lunch today.
Yeah, we had Hideaway today for lunch.
We did.
I'm not picking Hideaway, though.
I was curious if that might be on the list. I'm very, very intrigued now to see what direction this goes. But so it's pizza. We had our going away lunch at Hideaway for Issa, our intern. So we're going pizza, but it's not toppings. It's not just a type of pizza. It's the pizza from the restaurant that you want. So
I'm looking at one up here that I just thought of.
If you want to pick pepperoni from Little Caesars, it's on the table, but you can't just say I want pepperoni. So, all right, with that, first pick is all yours.
All right, I debated this a couple things here. I'm gonna go. You're not gonna. I don't think you're gonna pick all the pizzas I'm gonna pick, so I'm not worried about the picks being stolen here.
Yeah.
This is fun. I should have looked up the place, but I'll just say a style of pizza and a kind. The New Haven style of pizza from New Haven, Connecticut, is one of the top pizza styles for me. You can't get it hardly anywhere outside of there, but it's better, to me, it's better than New York. It was better than Chicago. Thin, kind of crispy. Got the little, the crust is just incredible. I can't think of all that stuff, but we had it there in New Haven on our trip. Like pepperoni sausage, just something simple like that, and it's just incredible. It's kind of style my mom makes a little bit.
Very
I
nice.
don't know if she realizes New Haven style in a way, but it's got the cornmeal on the bottom. That's what I was trying to think of. There's cornmeal on the bottom of the crust. It's so good.
Right.
That's always the top. I think about that pizza actually kind of often.
Very nice. Good stuff. Yeah, you're safe there. I've never been
Yeah.
to Connecticut. So
Yeah.
You were in the clear on that one. I wasn't going to pick this one first, but since we're going on out of state options, I'm going to go ahead and throw out a Chicago style pizza from Lou Malnati's. in
Oh,
Chicago.
I kind of thought you would do that.
Yeah,
knowing you.
Yeah,
So
exactly. No, and just for fun, I'll just say it pepperoni, but because I want to pick one. But I love most of the Chicago style places up there, but Lou Malnati's is currently my favorite, so I'm sticking with that. All right, draft pick number 2, back to you.
I'm gonna go back in state. A lot of people know I went to school in Northeastern State in Tahlequah. There's a wonderful pizza place there called Sam and Ella's. Not Salmonella, Sam and Ella's. It's called Chicken Palace, but it's a pizza place.
Okay.
And they have a pie. I just looked up because I remember I got it right. The big sloppy pie. First of all, they have artie toast, which is like artichoke toast. That's really it's incredible. This big sloppy pie. It's red sauce, layer pepperoni, double mozzarella, layer black olives, one more layer of pepperoni. It's ridiculous. It's so good. And if you're in Tahlequah, you got to go there and try it. It's just incredible. I have not had it in years because I hardly ever get back to Tahlequah when I do have something else going on. But I used to get that pizza a lot in college, take family there, whatever. That place is amazing.
Very nice. That's fantastic. I'm going all the way back to my childhood for my second pick. It's very basic, but this was the regular order for my family. This is kind of the pizza that I grew up on. This is what I thought pizza was for a long time. I'm going with just a straight beef pizza, thin crust from Ken's. We had a Ken's, we had Ken's in Yukon. Obviously, there were others around the state. That I think there might be still one Prague maybe or somewhere like that that might still have one or did longer.
Mazio's does Ken's pizzas now.
Right, yeah, exactly. So, but yeah, the Ken's, the thin crust, the very crispy crust at the end. That was what I thought pizza was for several years until I got out and on my own and realized that you could have all these other things.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that might take my final pick off the board.
Ooh,
because I was thinking about going with Mazio's. Does that count? Is that
no? That's
I mean, it's the same company. Those became Mazio's.
Yeah. No, I think
okay.
In my lifetime, Ken's and Mazio's were different
because growing up, just about every weekend we went to the Mazio's in Collinsville and got nachos and cheese dippers and thin crust pepperoni sausage, pepperoni mushroom pizzas. And so I still, when we want to go to get normal pizza to go, it's always me Mazio's. And so that's my childhood as well. And I'm going to have to go with a thin crust pepperoni mushroom from Mazio's as well.
I'll be a fantastic pick. I'm a little bit mind blown because I was leaving one on the board that I thought for sure you were going to take, and I was going to let you have it.
See, there's Halls, and there's Empire here too that I both love, but I mean, there's probably somewhere else I'm thinking of.
Oh, there absolutely is.
What am I blanking on?
You are missing crab rangoon pizza from Vong's.
Oh, well, yeah, that's pretty great too.
Yes.
Yeah, that's okay.
Yeah.
That's okay.
Yeah.
I went off out of state with the one I really thought of, you know. And
fair enough.
Fong's I don't know why Fong's did not cross my mind.
Well, because it's not traditional pizza.
Yeah, I know we're not going to Iowa anytime soon to go get it, and so it wasn't on my mind. I did wear their shirt yesterday, though.
I've still got mine as well.
So, yeah.
I've still got mine as well. Fantastic place if you make it up to.
It sounds crazy, but it's great.
To Des Moines for anything at all. Head over to Fong's. Cool little spot there in downtown Des Moines. And then I guess you would call it an Asian fusion type of thing with fused with pizza. Lots of great options. I've never had anything there that I didn't like.
No, it's all been really good.
Yeah, it's the egg roll.
The crab rangoon, especially.
General Tso's, all of it.
So we did we do a beef broccoli one or something.
Yeah,
I think
we did.
or something.
Yep.
And yeah, we did. Orange chicken was really good.
Right, that's right.
Yeah, we've had it all.
All of it, and now I got to go look at the schedule and figure out when. I think it'll be next year. OSU goes back to Iowa State, so
Have to find
that'll
a way
be on
that
the
trip.
menu. I expected that one to go,
Yeah.
and I also expected the one that we just had, the Big Country from
I do
Hideaway.
love the Big Country from Hideaway,
Huge
but I wanted to pick 3 other different ones.
Yes, no, that's fair.
The Big Country Hideaway is great.
Yeah.
And honestly, I know this is an OSU podcast. The Boz is pretty great too. I love jalapenos, and so I like the Boz a lot too. But
Yeah.
Big Country's great.
Big Country's
and my wife
fantastic.
loves Paradise Pie.
There
at
you go.
Hideaway.
Mm-hmm.
Which is
Can't
great
beat
too.
it. Good stuff. All right. Well, Jacob, that'll do it. Thank you for joining me once again here on the podcast. Maybe we can sneak you in another time or two throughout the season.
Thanks for letting me come back to bring the quality down a little.
No, quality up, way up. There's been something missing from the show since the end of 2023. So, but you've got like some deputy sports editor duties probably to get to today.
Yeah.
So I'll let you get back to that. Thank you for joining us on YouTube. Oh, I almost forgot. Hey, throw your predictions for the UT Martin OSU game into the comments there on YouTube or Apple Podcasts or wherever you're listening to us right now, and we'll see who wins that. If I'm at Stone Cloud, I'll drink a beer for you next week. If I'm not, I'll drink a beer for you anyway. So that'll do it for the Cowboy Chronicles. Thank you for joining us.